I see Mary taking her free hand, her left one, to her mouth, as if to stifle a sob. And she then wipes with her fingers a big tear which has fallen from her eyes and is streaming down her face. Jesus resumes eating, and Mary goes out quickly into the kitchen garden, where it is now almost dark, and she disappears. Jesus leans his left elbow on the table, rests his forehead on his hand, absorbed in thought. He stops eating. He then listens and gets up. He also goes out into the kitchen garden, and after looking around, he moves towards the right-hand side of the house, and through an opening in the rocky wall, he goes into what I recognise as the carpenter's workshop. It is now very tidy, without any boards or shavings lying about, and also the fire is out. There is the large working bench. All the tools are laid aside, and there is nothing else. Mary is weeping, bent over the bench. She looks like a child. Her head is resting on her folded left arm, and she is crying silently, but very grievously. Jesus enters quietly and approaches her so softly that she realizes he is there only when he lays his hand on her lowered head, calling her Mother. In his voice, there is the sound of a gentle, loving reproach. Mary lifts her head and looks at Jesus through a veil of tears, and with both hands joined, she leans on his right arm. Jesus wipes her face with the hem of his large sleeve, and then he embraces her, clasping her to his heart and kissing her forehead. Jesus is majestic. He looks more manly than ever, whilst Mary looks more like a little girl, except for her sorrow-stricken face. "Come, Mother," Jesus says to her, and holding her close to himself with his right arm, he walked into the kitchen garden, where they sit down on a bench against the wall of the house. The kitchen garden is now silent and dark, apart from the moonlight and the light coming from the house. The night is serene. Jesus is speaking to Mary. At first, I do not understand the words which are just whispered, and Mary nods her head in assent. Then I hear, "And get your relatives to come. Don't stay here alone. I will be happier, Mother, and you know that I need peace of mind to fulfill my mission. You will not lack my love. I will come quite often, and I will inform you in case I cannot come home when I'm back in Galilee. Then you will come to me, Mother." This hour was to come. It began when the angel appeared to you. It is now striking, and we must live it, Mother, must we not? After we have overcome the trial, we shall have peace and joy. First, we must cross the desert as our ancestors did before entering the promised land. But the Lord God will help us as he helped them, and he will grant us his help as a spiritual manna to nourish our souls in the difficult moment of the trial. Let us say the Our Father together. Jesus and Mary stand up and they look up to heaven. Two living victims shining in the darkness. I just pause there. Clearly, Jesus had developed the Our Father prayer, if I can put it like that, before he teaches it publicly to his disciples who ask him to teach them how to pray. So this is a prayer already known to Mary and already said by Jesus and Mary together.